Meba Clarice, and the Abrantiana or Ma Bayano Quamani Casamaya Tibia. Reggie Buafunu, Sally Subuafunu, Nanadum, Mesa Canifi UK. No one sem phobia sem bisaro. But me boss Sally Mann no tea.
Nah, what I want to say to the lady is say enough. Enough.
What is one thing that you want to rant about? Get it off your chest.
Reggie Zippy, you know.
Okay.
Reggie Zippy, you know. I've listened to both stories, and I made both parties are kasa.
But only both parties.
Yes, I've spoken to both parties. You register me the wife no. Now, what I want to say to the lady is say enough. Enough of the hypocrisy. Cause my snippet of a Caleb new boy interview. Now, we share a title like the man or no Edith, Reggie Zippy's ex-wife. So without Reggie Zippy, you have no identity. So keep Reggie's name out of your mouth. She's doing a lot to that boy. But who say what do we embark asa? You feel it say that's it. Reggie the assembly peba abonting because only who to vent to. Say, who mommy woo? Now you're closer to your mom. Everybody will react differently. You will speak to your mom. 30 minutes time they call you, your mom is dead. And you expect the person to function like you are. You were standing there. Then there's something wrong with you.
Fingers are not itching.
Exactly. So leave the boy alone. All the things that you are doing to him, you are preventing him from speaking to Nimbofrano. But in the interview, you acted like a more cultured girl on pen. They are very dangerous. They pin you at home and come and pretend to the world. And Caleb, new boy, I'm highly disappointed in you. Highly disappointed in you. Why have you not granted an industry person the first interview? Why? Why have you not granted him that interview? He's a celebrity here, not Edith. Why have you not given him the chance to speak to you as an industry person first and foremost? Clickbait. So you will give the woman that is pinning the man down the chance to speak. I am highly disappointed in him. But Brakofi, I say no time and waha. Me am a full editorial. Namede and some no ashisheso said yes said this no. And my gender, they are very wicked.
All right, Caleb, let's get this straight from your end. Sally says the lady you brought gave the opportunity for us to hear her side. She's acting up. She's a hypocrite. I mean, you granted an interview. Can you please be fair to us? Is there any truth in what Sally is saying? Because according to Sally, and also help us, Sally says she's got an opportunity to speak to both of them. Are you privy to that information too? Then we come to your own as the last part.
Okay. Okay, Counselor. So, welcome back once again.
Thank you.
If there's anything for me to confirm, I can tell you for a fact, according to Edith's word, or say on Fasali,
speak up for us more. Obey down.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, according to Edith's word, or say on Fasali, there hasn't been any conversation between Olone and Sally. And Sally got Unimno.
Or see your name, Sally.
Only
Sally in Casada.
Only in Casada.
Or see Reggie Zippy morning in Casayo.
Or no Sally no say or the Obaya and Casai.
Said the Yami boy, or see he has spoken to both of them and she was able to speak to Edith through Reggie Zippy.
Okay, so what I can also tell you from the girl, from Edith, they say, when that video came out, it was Edith who even sent it to me. And that will be time to say, who is she?
And you know him, Sally. who Sally that?
Or according to what she told me, was that only no. Also no.
And Sally Kasati so him to say what now? What the any that?
Well, that is her
so the lady has told you straight, say Onim Sally.
Yes.
Onim Kasada.
Also Onim Kasada.
So hypocrisy now. Sally see she's a hypocrite, no. No,
I don't know where the word hypocrisy is coming from, but many idiots say na ye born common or no catch him or no story. Baby, I didn't share free. Baby, I omuni share ye. As na akwala eben na akwala ne be mu kan na Reggie no na uni kom ha na Reggie no e Ghana na girl the fire from na the Busiano wasn't too enthused about it. Ama she wanted to keep the baby or yeah they also to me the biama okipi along the line my Reggie grab a son the can it will come it is here coming look at I say Reggie kita Italian passport and kita UK passport so
so now say
where the
Ola na waiting may amplify your kind your best can say Reggie UK now say na Reggie can what the video no say or UK ayen kwala inti no wo no better Ghana no. Her establishment in UK is as a result of the lady allowing Reggie to come.
Yes, that is a fact. That is a fact. That is what that's what he told me. Says he almost share what Italy. Sena Reggie ne other musicians no mo ba hono mo e ba be bushu.
Okay.
Hono mo na omo fa mo share. Yeah, one thing led to the other. About in Bemisia and things build on and on and on and on. And
okay.
These MVP and then it went on and on. Then eventually, Apalana back. But also, according to Edith, in terms of needs and mommy especially wasn't happy about it because this is a young girl at school.
Just to clarify, you don't have to tap off.
Focus on school now. But still, she wanted it to
okay.
See, someone.
And then along the line, say that. Also, or yeah, they also yes. Am joining?
Okay.
See, I'm going to say and I'm sure you've heard what you say a few times.
So let me get this clarification because according to Reggie, or say on Wabua girl because girl family at deserted and on no standing man girl but and then the girl in the family acquire Baku against Onu. But if what you are saying means the girl rather went through an ordeal because of the pregnancy.
Well, yes.
For Reggie, then it means the girl is the one who sacrificed for Reggie and not Reggie sacrificing for the girl.
That's exactly what she told me. I said, if you buy and none money wasn't in support of it. But she had to sacrifice everything to get the baby to come and also help the man to come. And to come and join her even here in the UK. And
so then it's on record that the lady disowned her family, disappointed the family, so she could live with Reggie.
Disappointed, not disowned. I would say a too huge a word. She didn't use such words. But what she told me was saying, he can cry by between Orlando and because of his
So the pregnancy brought some confusion in the girl's family because and yes, Reggie Ben one day and one yamuno. But one thing led to the other. She got pregnant. So the family was disappointed that Edith has gone to bring pregnancy while she didn't go to the right process. So like the normal thing that will happen to every family, that is what happened. So it's not like, hey, Bia, Reggie wa broche, and obre no di Edith buy. Edith wa na broche, and no one di Reggie buy.
Exactly. a story here when Reggie traveled from Italy to Germany. And apparently, more travel now, visa national are expired. And now police for actual journey. And then it took on to go back to Italy to go and get a certain document to be issued and stamped so that Reggie will be released, because now the police are sure more and they were being prepared to be deported back to Ghana. But or no compare some documents Italian police for my stamping court for that documents in Echo Germany for Regina and the colleagues need to be released so they could travel back to Italy. And
that is what Edith did. Your line doesn't come loud, so I want to amplify. So when the issue, Reggie had an issue, and Edith went to the extent of giving them clearance so they could travel back to Germany from Italy. She invested that time, and that's wow.
They had traveled from Italy to Germany by road.
Okay.
But also, visa na omode kon na ewu. Police na chiomo no. According to Edith, she had to go back to Italy, get the police to issue some permits which had to be stamped. And it take like a lot went into it to get that document released, so that document will get to Germany for the gentleman to be released from police cells, so that they could travel back to Italy. If that document hadn't gone to Germany, they would have been deported to Ghana.
Wow. So she went through this for Reggie.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's not like the girl has been ungrateful to Reggie or something.
Even with me, I can't even say we are ungrateful. I said the Reggie say many no end to train come yet, and I'm saying this because many Edith train come here. Mrs. Suminya opinion be from the series of rants na Reggie Ayena. And they are very Edith to train come. Mrs. Suminya another angle through. So I had wanted to have a conversation with Reggie, so that many no get conversation as no many answers. Then as a journalist, I can write officially and let me say I would want to pick an angle, and I want to pick say I think say meeting I think we are but it's there in the catcher and we compare some of the commentary now with Diana. Like I said, sometimes Reggie is so papa. Because Reggie pages, there are times you see him post Edith, praise her as the best mom, and just last week here, the bad girl in school, out to look who and burn flowers. Or the Edith classes or the nurses wash them and all that. And then just 2 days after that, other boy in school went to me a and also show another backlash ever to the ex-wife. I said Reggie and yeah consistency. He hasn't been consistent with most of his rants. But also but like I said, because I haven't had a conversation with him, I said interviewed him and bear me say we are nyadi, and I said we are nyadi.
All right, so somebody just came on the page before you came and was telling us the reason for the divorce. That when Reggie lost the mother, Reggie was mourning the mother, and it affected Edith, and that is why Edith called for the divorce. Are you privy to that information?
Back to the interview. This question, anybody who had watched the Obesha interview, part 1 of the interview, this question was answered. And the answer now Edith Maya, yes, Reggie Mami Iwuno, Rebecca said, but it is a minimal. Because at a point in the interview, it established saying when Reggie Mami Wu now Reggie I basa like why a bit because as I didn't action, you know. There are times Reggie will be free or be pay or pa or remember like in the day the following day and now in 2 days. So now on no feelings according to it, on no feelings say oh you couldn't and then free wountina or on your stable which sometimes on feelings okay maybe or you have chance to crap like apple out. But eventually or say December 2022 Reggie himself came to her to confess, say, 2.5 year period, or no feel say, all morning in mammy, not or show back for being na Obano, or ye bruni, Obano Anim, my obe beautiful big race girl, Amano.
Wow.
This was
So hold on. So for the sake of those who are not hearing Caleb, according to Caleb, what the other guy came to say, on him the cause of divorce, now Reggie or say according to the girl, or also dinsa, but within the 2.5 years, Reggie came to tell her the wife that she has spent time with a certain white girl who is pregnant and is going to give birth for him.
Yeah, a beautiful mixed race girl.
A rich girl.
A beautiful mixed race girl.
Oh, a beautiful what girl?
Mixed race.
Mixed race.
Yes.
So Reggie came to delete. According to the ex-wife, Reggie came to her direct and told her this in the mouth.
Yes.
That she's got a mixed race girl who is pregnant for him.
Exactly. And
now, can they grow Anna and Nibrasem?
And okay, so if it is what but it is in the interview, to be our interview, we are between our interview in part 1. What I just told you, it is there. And it is because now it didn't know or say, no, Phyllis, oh, Nikuluma, Miffy. It's a wona shell. It's when I only fee or BP or back 2-3 days time, or Phyllis, maybe we have some time off. But December 2022, or say Nikuluna and Eba and Robert Catcher and said, yeah, 2023. On person or this side we ever cross for 2023 or confessing. So
it's not a confession time.
She said Reggie came to
in the new year.
Yes, no, before the new year.
It's nice on person 2022 problem everywhere 2023.
Exactly.
And only the to war when you're baffled from have cars one year on any Abena Brano Becca, some friend and bra. Caleb Cock 80-50 Honor now, what the guy in the chassis and Honor again the cars of power because Reggie or Tiwa and edit cars of power the guy. That's what Reggie said.
Okay, so back to the interview again. Edit car said or catch Reggie by mouth said or Munjai our rear. By mouth. But
okay.
Months kakra bemu to hoping say nyama besa.
Okay.
But things were changing. It kept going on. They were still arguing. In the park, getting fear and not in Palana Krabi at a point. Now, it did not say or take certain the situations be sincere or regretting. And I asked her which were some of them. And she said some that made her almost take her life.
Wow.
But in Kuala Lumpur, a friend of the cashier said, baby drew on share or more Kuala Lumpur. On shore, it was a honor. Or did not drink a bar said, send me a damn queen, me and me. Me have Kuala Lumpur.
So it means that it became suicidal for her.
Yes.
And the children intervened, and that's why she made a decision. Because Reggie was still focusing on the fair-colored half-caste girl with a baby. No, but this thing happened after Reggie told, or is it before Reggie told her?
No, before Reggie can't say now. Argue in kitchen, argument in kitchen, or no, or sometimes we say, but at the long run, she was feeling sad because of
Nimamia is contributing it until Reggie made it clear, said it's not my mother's death, but it is another woman who has a child for me.
That was when Reggie ever confessing. Or say once the confession came, it confirmed her thoughts that she had all this while, but now only be able to be a criminal as evidence. It was more like a passing thought until the gentleman himself confirmed to her, say, "This is it. Time now." No,
so she had a suspicion. She had a suspicion, and
maybe audio, but not evidence in Igbo. Until no the until Beman Casasio, my Baba confess. All the things are making interview part 1. Everything was explained in there.
So, as we speak, we can say emphatically that with all this, the suicide mentality, the children see what she's going through, then she went ahead for the divorce.
Yeah.
Reggie says they never waited for him to grant the divorce. And according to the wife, Edith said, whilst Reggie didn't come for the proceedings, when they left the court, he went on social media to declare what was not done. Okay. Did you get clearance in that area too?
So, all this question you asked to was also captured in my interview. So, me beside Edith. And according to Edith, that particular court proceedings, it wasn't about the divorce or it wasn't about Nkwalano. But
okay,
that proceedings, it was against Reggie and the social media postings that affected the lady.
Oh, let me get it. So yes, the lady took Reggie to court not because of divorce, not because of child custody, but because Reggie was too loud about her on social media.
On social media, and according to her, now affecting her emotionally. As we speak, Wakoji, what's the name? She mentioned it, but there's an order on Reggie say, "Mani ko anywhere close to the Obani Fee, Obedu Hokra, 300 meters away."
Obani Fee, no?
Yes.
Oh, so Reggie has been banned from getting close to the girl's residence.
There is a restricting order on Reggie.
Wow.
And that order will take you 300 meters away from the girl's house.
300 meters?
Yes. And it is because the lady told me, say, there are times Reggie ever feel 10:30 p.m., 11:30 p.m., not over Punu. And then I also so in Kuala. And
okay,
by this time, it's in a honor. Email Nibe. Send email. Na catch him say, oh, on this date, this time, beba. Let me just my paper. But we all know about 10:30 p.m. No, 11 p.m. Boom. It wasn't making or no lady no comfortable because at the time, no, not they need to be
okay. Okay, so what it means that when they separated, not divorce, not some nyamba, you know, or the both dynamo at all hours. So the lady went to court, said, at the time he comes there, I'm not comfortable. And Obebjin Kwalana on sending mail, and now all money proud notice, na me mom late. Any amount of restriction order, someone will feel you because of what he was doing. At the honor Reggie on the about to anything. And you on sending mail be an yashi. Anything I be see no who ni manana.
According to the mail to see in Palani there, it be mother.
So he's never made a request to see the children.
Making a request is different, but according to Edith, or say, I was sending the mail because at this point, wow, there was a point that I cut phone conversations because I say conversations, sometimes a lady to argument one, and then two I said it is the attempt to between Omutu, or no blocking at a point. But Sisi has to speak, or say she hasn't blocked him now, but she would prefer say Reggie sending email. Now I hear like evidence be at that house say or sending emails to who at this day. So that's a no crowd ban one penny. Reggie to me Gina or no email no so at their cancer. But as we sit today, there hasn't been any email asking to see Polano.
So this thing is been how many years now that Reggie has not seen the children?
According to Reggie, so who in Kuala since 2022.
Yes.
But if what happened last week is anything to go by, we who the last daughter no, deal we who no. Last week Monday or called the school, and then I think the following day no call Nolan, the second child no call school. Hona misunderstanding kakraba. Okay, I wouldn't even call it misunderstanding. He Regina Okudu, he was told Senaka was so book appointment. And Sena the bad we who. But I said on so and I say so he on year recording on this school when the phone conversation of course and on one ever proceed edit to social media. But the amazing thing is it was on one neighbor and the video and our other channel my Mr. Orange yeah different school never go.
So are you saying that all that is going on, that children are privy to it on social media?
They are fully aware.
Oh, but I don't think Reggie knows.
I'll be surprised if he doesn't know, because let me bring his first son into the picture. So Onu Reggie, I think there should be some years. Was it if not last year, early this year? Onu Reggie be posted say he did a polluting the first son no mind into Akwala no the kasaro from Obuno. That was the kind of communication.
Yeah, I saw that post. Yeah, I saw that post. Yeah.
Me call on. I try to find out. Say, and then I will pull into the first boy, no, ma on the papa kasaro from. According to it, on produce Akwala no, but there was a conversation between Reggie and Akwala. And a conversation no could real baby. No on no crime, man, no pay. It's not by a kind of budget for the cat call. But the call came again. And now there was an exchange between the father and the son. And you could even hear the father telling the son, say, on person in the bench, she bloom as a jack. And some kind of harsh words we are Reggie used to hear. Apparently, the conversation was recorded by Reggie himself. And according to the ex-wife, when you have full audio from an external person, I was saying Reggie, any voice in the Senate. And now the band also recorded at a point because it got to a time. No, say the father, where so used to know. It was more like verbally abusing him. Also, recorded baby, it did the attempt So between Regina and the first son, he said, yeah, he can post on social media. So, or don't mommy and son in say. But between Onu and the first son, Onu and Cassini, and Yemen and Messameka, Onu Regina Cassini said, the first son, Onu no any clothes, Onu any.
Wow.
Last week now, I called the new school. I was asking, say, oh, but so money and son, I don't know. I called me new school. I went to be uncle, but I could. But he knows he imagine now all the money.
So it means that the older son or any papa and tell no, and you're fine.
Bibisa. If the message or no Reggie never to Abontino is anything to go by, and let me confess to say, me call feel honor. Your boss have voice note in it.
Okay.
Me tears have voice note.
Okay.
Me tears have between the conversation between Onu Reggie and the panel. I listened to
Okay.
that conversation, and you could hear say, not Reggie like he was angry. Now the boy fupa on a akolano.
Oh God.
But where the conversation started, you know, I know they're not encourage voice, but baby are now Reggie Gigana or they be a go around so there. I know they're material.
Enti, let's say, and command Edith new dear. Caleb, Obakano Crescent, is Edith pretending to pull Reggie down like Sally is saying, or she's rather preventing Reggie from coming down?
I'll be very surprised if anybody feels that Edith is trying to pull Reggie down. How would somebody you've married for 17 years pull you down? It's difficult to describe it as such because per minute of conversation it doesn't look like say BBC Akoso. Say Bibi Akoso Sadia, then I think Reggie will be the best person to say. But even look at this. At a point, you know, it is class say debts be war.
Yes.
A cabi war.
Yeah, I was going to Jiska and the Koye, the Mammy.
Now a cano, it was Regina also interested like Omukoji loan, Omufankoye, the way Omukoye. But Reggie Edja, a cano, if you now anka Omuomuna, if you so bill so, or say Reggie and contribute on one all clear Sabilson. And in Kualano, and you're no pen or won't Kualano or Mumienu. So Reggie still has some responsibility to play. But I said, Bills, you know, I'll be good now or no Clay. Now, Clay in Nimpuno, she said, or send Reggie email, Emma, the breakdown of loan, no, the Omoko JS, the Amodi, and your man, hope he said it will trigger Reggie to show up for a canon. But as we speak, what's the Reggie? And yeah, any effort so you which you can it on one cassa, a canon on her own. It you know, UTBB say it will be difficult for me to conclude and say Edith is trying to pull Reggie down. I wouldn't buy this anyway. In as much as I haven't spoken to Reggie in person,
and that is where Sally says, why haven't you spoken to Reggie, who is a member, your old senior in school and an industry member? Why have you spoken to the wife alone? Because the wife is nobody. She has no name.
I haven't spoken to Reggie because Reggie hasn't made himself available. Now, let me state, when I finished the interview, I tried to get Reggie. I made some calls. But the last one I did, I got in touch with a doctor friend of his. And I catch him and say, oh, sir, Reggie, Mamina, meaning instance in your interview. And I'll be ready to bring the interview to his house to watch. Note, at the time, not me releasing the interview yet. So I would bring the interview to his house so that Australia say, oh, I send become a one now, or so many nights I the interview. And I was ready to postpone the release date of the interview just for him so that a bit fair said me the last effort response I had was Reggie say he is not ready to talk to anybody but interview Nibano or Sha the Owakano Nawaka. That was what was told to me, say Olon Okasa. So once that message got to me, I said, okay, then let me go ahead and release the interview. And moreover, when that communication came, guess where I was? I was in Edith's house, going to shoot part 2 of the interview. When that particular communication came, so I said, okay, if that's the case, let's go. Let me shoot you. I'm not Edith's fear cry at the TV. I come here. So anybody who says, oh, I should speak to Reggie, the person should know that I made efforts, and it wasn't suit like really, but it is still not over. I say I have 30 questions set for Reggie already. Out of the 30 questions, 17 of them has got follow-ups. So anytime Reggie is ready, I'll be ready for him. Let's roll.
But Reggie is ready for you with a phone call for you to go to Kotoka, and you are going to interview him.
I'll take that comment with lots of humor. I'm sure he doesn't know my status here into but let me confirm, me illegal immigrant. I didn't come here like the regular people who come in with 6 months, or make it away 5 years. I mean, the unrelaxed. Say me, I'm my bread. 9% miss I Ghana back.
So you've not met Reggie, and right now it's like he says you want to do an expose so you can make a name and come and trend, and Sally has jumped into the cave. You've explained yourself.
No, but Councillor, what is expose? What kind of expose? Expose anas ne manas mu na you.
Aye.
Anas na manas mu no mo expose. Me expose. I only went for an interview. And more about why do people think when you do things like this is for trends? Come on, I made my major breakthrough within a Ghanaian media industry in 2018 when I found Striker on the street of Accra. That was when I made my major news breakthrough in Ghana. 2018. What is trends? I have never believed in that. It has never defined me. The people I have worked with within a media space. Oman Chemisa, Bolare, Anita Eskin, George Quay, Nia Itego, Keod, John Jermaine, Kafride. They didn't teach me to feed on trends. Even Black Rasta, before I left Ghana. Do you know what it took me to get Black Rasta to even tone down a bit?
He says go, but he has asked you to go and ask the people you've mentioned who he is and what he's capable of doing.
Sure, let me even tell you what. Black Rasta, no, or your prophet. Black Rasta, or your prophet. And Council, one day, you also order it nasi. Na, order no, etutri in komo. Na masako Bible dimu. Se order Black Rasta to train komo. Or be catch you. And now part for Reggie or Reggie so be catch you say. Rasta shared in Kobe some years ago. Bisa say some come no. Abe man say be.
Hey.
Bisa. E shared in Kobe. Bisa. So the people is asking me to go and ask. I have worked with them diligently. I serve them like I would serve my father and my grandfathers at home. If me these people wouldn't have even entertained me for even a month. But Mini Bolare Yejuma for 6.5 years. Mini Black Rasta Yejuma close to 2 years before I left Ghana. And you know who Black Rasta and how difficult it is sometimes. So if I've been able to deal with him all these years, no. So I don't look like who they wanted to make it be like, oh, nah, the percent make trendy and Charlie trends. I make news. I'm a newsmaker. I don't need trends.
But with this issue of this fair-colored girl, finally, there was a statement from Reggie.
As you already know, my name is Reggie Zippy, Reggie from Reggie and Boli. Now, for those of you who have followed me over the past couple of years or I don't know, close to a decade or even 2 decades now when it comes to my music and whatever. Like, I'm sure you have a fair idea the sort of person I am as an artist and what I do. But at this point, I feel like the mother of my children is taking the absolute piss. And I've had enough of it. You know, and for some of you that are quick to jump on and say, oh, this is supposed to be private, whatnot. That woman is extremely unreasonable. You can go and find out from the people who try to intervene, from pastors to elders to, you know, people that literally mean well, and she just wants to get away with everything. What am I even asking for? All I want is to be able to speak with my kids over the phone until a time when she feels comfortable enough for me to actually pick the kids up and, you know, see them, be in the same space with them. I'm not asking for much. Is that too much to ask for a man that is literally paying for the kids, whatever, and she will be quick to come out to disrespect me to the point where she even goes on to report me, send a voice message of me literally very angry and telling off my eldest son to his headmaster? Like, who does that? Who does that? And now my eldest son, Icon, has got his the recording of my interaction with him on his phone. So when his friends ask him, your dad said you are being disrespectful, he plays that to them and says to them, oh, yeah, he's being abusive and all sorts of names. And you are a mother. My daughter Dior, I want to be part of her life just as I've always been. You've gone on to literally, you've done too much. I'm not asking for much, like I said. All I want to do is to keep showering my daughter and my sons with the love. Already, you've got our eldest son to be disrespecting me, and if you think I am going to just, you know, tolerate that, no. He's 16 now. Soon he will become an adult. And I pray that he marries a woman like you. And that woman should put him through exactly what you've put me through. And if you're not happy about that, that should tell you about your character. Because I'll never do this to you. It's different if I divorced you. You divorced me. I'm living my life. I'm in a new relationship. I don't know about you, but just let me play my role in the kid's life. Is that too much to ask? So all sorts of accusations, defamation, everything. What more do you want? You've reported me to the police. So they got me arrested on my daughter's baptism day. 45 minutes to my daughter's baptism. When the Roman Catholic priest or father was baptizing my daughter, I was sat in a police cell. You have no remorse. You then take me to court and get non-molestation order against me. I am the one that should be filing for that against you. And I hold my peace. Yeah? Even though your lawyers lied about the timing of the case. You think you're hurting me? Now you've gone as far as reporting the father of your children, your sons, to their school head teacher or headmaster for literally pumping some common sense and value into his eldest son's head. And you've chopped the recording given to him so that when people ask, like, what are you doing? You know, like, if you think you are doing amazing, yeah, I dare you to give me the opportunity to be part of the kid's life. If Icon doesn't want me in his life, he can go live his life. If Nolan doesn't want me, he can go live his life. If Dior doesn't want me, I will still be there for her because she's still a minor. Nolan and Icon are teenagers. Come on. You've done too much. You've gone too far. I don't even need anything from these, you know? And I sit down and I'm like, come on, man. Like, this is...
Caleb, you heard your brother.
Yeah, I did.
So with what you gotten from the ex-wife and what the pain is going through, is there no way the ex-wife can come and help him? Is it his arrogance and pride, pomposity and masculinity, fatherhood mentality, which is punishing himself? Or the lady you spoke to has deliberately decided to teach him a lesson?
Okay, so all the allegations he raised in this particular video, I asked the lady every allegation he had in this particular video, because before I went for that interview,
We can hear you, Caleb.
Counselor, can you hear me?
Now this is better.
Good. So I'm saying, you see the allegations he raised in this particular video.
Yes.
When I had a chance to speak to Edith, I asked her of all the allegations. And the last one that says that she got him arrested 45 minutes to the daughter's
before the baptism of the daughter. Yes.
According to Edith, that even wasn't the case. But they've had an issue the night before, of which a report was made. And the amazing thing is, Reggie was the one who even gave location to the police where he was. And the police came for him. So it wasn't a matter of them time or a time limit, 45 minutes for him to be arrested. So
so he was arrested, but it's not Edith that arrested him.
So according to Edith, I mean, all these things were captured in, I think, in the part 2 of Mene Edith interview, and Edith's response that she gave didn't look like she orchestrated it for him to miss the daughter's baptism, but something that happened the night before, of which she had made a call to the police, of which the police didn't come that moment. But the following day, it was Reggie who even gave the police location to where he was. So the police came for him. So according to Edith, she was even waiting for him at the girl's baptism because she hadn't heard from the police the night before when the incident happened. So it's quite some way. I also asked her about this chopping of voices that she has given to the boy, that to be playing to his friends when they ask him about why he has disrespected his father, and she denied it. She denied chopping anything, and that she rather came to meet Reggie and the boy on the phone, having some heated argument. So she came in and she dropped the call. And the boy even said, "Mom, don't worry, I'll handle it." And then the call came again. Then the boy recorded the conversation while she was down there cooking. So she didn't chop any voice. But like I said, all these allegations that the lady has responded, I am sure if I ask Reggie when I sit with him, he will also give a side of the story. And I'm really interested to hear what he will say to most of these 30 questions that I have for him. Because I didn't go grab the questions from anywhere. I grabbed the questions on his Facebook wall. I grabbed the questions from my interview with Edith. And I grabbed some of the questions from the interactions under his page. So it's quite dicey. But like I said, I didn't see it as
My,
I didn't see it
my
as,
people say you could have joined us live on TikTok because they are struggling to hear you. But go ahead.
I'll be okay. So I'm in a bus. I should be home in about 20
Yes,
minutes. When I get home
see.
in 20 minutes,
Don't worry. We will do the final laps tomorrow, and we'll see what we can do with that. But you go ahead.
Okay. So, like I said, in my conversation with Eden, I didn't see her as purpose. I didn't see her as one who was trying to punish someone.
So, like the way Reggie says that he didn't want to punish him, instead of him trying to punish, if anybody should hurt anybody, he should do it. But rather, the girl is doing it against. You don't see it like that.
I don't see it like that because according to Eden, Reggie knows what to do to have access to the kids, and all he has to do is to send an email so that he will state that.
So the only thing that Reggie needs is an email to request, because I heard Edith saying that she wants somebody to take the children to games so she can also be free.
Yes.
So
you see, Reggie lives 3 hours away from them.
3 hours.
Yes, 3 hours away from them. So it is Edith who drives the 3 kids to school. She goes for them back. 2 of the boys, they play football. So she drives them to their trainings and then back. And let me state that she said the kids, they go to different schools. They are all not in the same school. Different schools. And the boys do play different teams.
All right, Caleb, you know something? My people on TikTok says, because they can't hear you, I should bring you on TikTok, and you are in the bus now. So I think tomorrow we'll finish this thing, because we want to pick up lessons, especially with you, that everybody thinks, Sally, for example, thinks that you have not been fair to the young man. And I'm happy we have cleared the air, but we'll have to dive in tomorrow clearly. You came early to come and give us a louder one, but I know now you're in the bus, it's difficult. Yes, if you get doom crowd on top, doom so as you bus, Oma for Boasis here or UK, but when you are Boasi or UK, Emma Kanya Nedu, Yuniti, Nitika see Kunto Sa Incrediba. I think my is what is really is coming from a high office. It's really difficult to hear him. It's making me doze off. And if my moderator is dozing off, it means it's difficult to hear. I'm hearing because I'm paying attention. But I think I'm hearing from Facebook. So, Abna, Wadaroma. Once I went doze off.
Because I wait cheap, I struggle.
In terms of Chinano, you never about TikTok, no about conclude. But what you be said, na sa kwa no be kasa ye say. Ne maame ayie no. Ena edi awade jaye ba mon kan che no se oboa.
Because share na sa kraba me hu.
Because the tori bia ye ade we a wahu. Ade na yesua o. Ena me penny say. Ena de Sally abeye no. Wa wantie ni ye no. Won say wa kan on record say Sally ni gade nkasada.
I say on Nakasa.
Name wo Ochiame Kwame ire. Any the new girlfriend ejina ho edi kasibom tasibom. Eti wako kasa Ochiame page so a. Could it be say maybe a family plan na?